Hey, and welcome to the Sales Unscripted podcast. This is Margaret Henney.
Brian Neal here.
And we are, I don't know what we're doing. I thought you were going to bring us in.
Well, I was, but you started. That's okay. So it's okay. We do this every time. So we're here. We have a LinkedIn page, don't we? The Sales Unscripted LinkedIn page. So people should go there, follow the LinkedIn page, follow me and Margaret.
Yes.
Hit us up and say we're... Margaret, you know what?
What?
You made your first podcast list, didn't you?
What do you mean?
We were listed. I tagged you in it, I think. So we were listed on the top 100 sales podcast.
Was this when I was gone on vacation?
Yeah, I think so. My other podcast was on there, which it usually is just because it's been going so long. But this one was on there too.
Oh
I'm like,
my God, let's
because someone even shouted out. They're like, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm on there twice. I didn't see that. So look at that. You're on your first
that makes me so
top
happy.
100 sales podcast. I don't remember who put it out. It was very nice. Isn't that fun?
Oh my God, that makes me so excited.
Consistency, man. You just keep doing it, right?
I love
That's
it.
right.
How long has it been now anyway? Do we know?
A year and a half because we started in January, I think.
Crazy.
Is that right? It's
I think
nuts,
you're
isn't
right.
it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we were just talking downstairs before we started. Oh, by the way, we're going to talk about video.
Yes, we're talking
here in a moment. We're talking about video. So if you have any inkling to either use video like co-video in your sales process or video on LinkedIn or video via just text, sending someone, we're just going to talk about some things to do, not to do with video. But we were having a conversation downstairs about our love of fantasy, clean fantasy here. We had to clarify.
Yeah, right.
But things like you were talking about
Harry Potter
and
love Lord of the Rings.
And keep going.
Star Wars, of course.
And keep going.
Probably. You're making
Nerd
fun
alert.
of it.
Do you know what I'm saying when I say that?
Yes.
Oh, I just
nerd
didn't know.
alert. I know you love to nerd alert me. You can act like the cool guy all you want.
I'm not a cool guy, but I'm the biggest nerd. Oh, I guarantee I'll out nerd you. If we go high school activities, I'll out nerd you. Guaranteed.
I played the mellophone in the marching band.
Okay, I played the cornet in the marching band, and I did a flag like a little we did Late in the Evening by Paul Simon, and we did like a little dance that we had these little flags that we shook around. We had to do this dun 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 dun.
That's pretty nerdy.
Yeah, nerdy.
I was the color guard captain.
I was in Thespians as a stagehand.
Oh, I did both acting and I did stagehands one year.
I was president of the Latin Club.
That's so lame.
See. Okay,
all right.
I told you,
me.
I am nerdy.
That's good.
However, I do not at all cannot find my way into any fantasy anything. I can't read Harry Potter. I can't even watch Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry. I say it
Harry.
all the time to my kids.
It's amazing. Do they like it? Are they into it?
They love it. Everybody loves it. I'm the weird guy. I'm the one that I just can't. I just don't.
Do you ever wonder about your heart?
No, not at all. No, I just did a full stress test, treadmill test. Now I'm good. I got less than a 3% chance of a heart attack. I'm good.
No, I mean,
soft my Grinch heart.
Tenderness of your heart.
You think those are tender? Those are violent. Are you kidding me?
But like
Lord of the Rings? Where's
Harry
the tenderness?
Potter?
Tenderness in Star Wars? We're exploding the universe with some evil creature.
Excuse me. He kills his dad. He's devastated.
Okay. Right. Who kills their dad? Thank you. You know what I mean? Let's watch. Here's one. How about Ghost? That movie I can watch 1,000 times in a row, right?
I hate Ghosts.
It's amazing, Mal. You do not hate Ghosts.
I for sure hate Ghosts.
This is the last episode. We're never doing this again. Welcome to the last episode of Sales Unscripted Podcast. I refuse to do a podcast with someone who hates Ghosts.
Me?
That's the greatest ending of a movie. It's amazing, Mal. The love you have inside, you take it with you.
Oh my God.
You don't like Ghosts?
No.
And you're telling me I don't have a heart? Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
I don't understand. How could you? Do you like When Harry Met Sally?
Obviously,
Please tell me.
Harry Met Sally is like one of the best movies ever.
How do you not like Ghosts?
I don't know. We need to argue about this over drinks.
Okay, that's fine. There's no arguing. I mean, it's like, watch the movie. It's one of the greatest movies. It's got everything in it. Oh my God. Oh, I cry every time. It's amazing. All the love you take inside. You have inside, you take it with you.
Whatever.
How sad is it?
All right. We're talking about video.
We are talking about video. See, now I want to do all the lines from Ghost.
I know. I was like, you're going to look this up. We're going to go down a ghost hole now.
I just love it. Anyway, so let's talk about video. You're the expert here. So
that's true.
I'm going to start with what I hear from my clients, and then you can sort of coach them.
Oh, good. I like it. Okay.
So the first, it's just very obvious. I know you deal with this. People get very uncomfortable when you say you need to do a video. Right. And the reason is typically they think they're going to be judged.
Totally.
or made fun of or look stupid or sound stupid.
Right.
That's always the first thing I think that's underneath there. So
Totally.
how do we get past this idea?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the main thing. By the way, when we're talking about this type of video is either, like you said earlier, video you're putting out on social media where maybe you're commenting on something, adding your thoughts to something.
Yeah.
It could be a personalized video you're sending in an email or a text message to somebody. Like that's the kind of video that we're talking about. And the reason I want to clarify that is because we're not making commercials.
Good.
Right? We're not trying to be perfect.
Good.
We're not trying to be polished. This is really kind of grassroots, down and dirty.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're actually more effective than really polished marketing videos. And that's coming from a marketing person.
That's awesome.
Like that is what people want to see, is you being you and being real, because that is relatable, and there's nothing relatable about perfect.
So good.
And
this is so interesting because what I notice when I ask people to try this or do this or whatever, when they do their video, they're not themselves.
Yeah.
They go into this character
right.
that is not very good because it's not them.
Right.
And because they're not polished. Now, if you're Tom Hanks or something, you can go into character. You're awesome. Or Margaret Henney because you're an actress.
I have a character.
Thespian. But most people aren't. So then you're going to this awkward character and it doesn't click.
Right.
Versus just talk. I'm like, just talk, man. It's how you are. Just talk, right?
I also want to set an expectation for people, because you and I are very comfortable on camera and in front of people.
Truth.
And probably have been for a long time.
Since I was 10.
Right? And I was in theater and I loved it and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I also want to set the expectation that you feeling uncomfortable is okay and is normal, right?
Yes.
I don't want you to feel that discomfort and say, this means I can't do it.
Yes.
And the reason you feel that way is because anytime we try something new, a new skill, a new hobby, a new whatever, it always sucks right away. Like it's always going to feel a little bit uncomfortable because we don't know what we're doing. If you follow Brene Brown, and I know you do,
I do.
She talks about FFTs, or shit first fucking times.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
This is a new one for me. FFTs.
Oh my God, great.
Oh, I love her.
FFTs.
Yeah, great.
And you can remind yourself when you're like really struggling with something, and then you're like, oh, I'm struggling with this because I'm in an FFT.
Ah,
It's the first fucking time. Of course I feel this way.
It's a good one.
So then you can just kind of be gentle with yourself. And video is the same way. So I don't want you to feel discomfort and say, it's not for me, because guess what? I'm going to tell you to buck up because it's what's best for you. And we have to go through that discomfort. You probably felt that way the first time you made your first cold call.
Always.
The first time that you spoke in front of people, the first time you told someone about pricing on a call, right? And you're like, okay, now I'm going to just put out what the price is and I'm just going to be quiet and let it sit there. All of that felt uncomfortable at first because you'd never done it before.
Even like think if you're a salesperson and you do sales presentations or demos, you did your first one at some point, right?
Totally.
You did the first of everything.
Yes.
All the time. And
you wanted to hide in a closet.
Totally. You're scared to death, right? You didn't know. And you look at the back on the first one, you're like, good God.
Yeah.
You should see some of my first podcasts from 06, 07. Oh my God.
It takes time. It takes a little bit of practice. But
okay. You said something else I want to hit because people do this. They hear this stuff from me and you who are very comfortable in this medium.
Yeah.
And they go, I can't do like that. I can't. You're not that. That's not what you are.
Different.
There are lots of people. I'm going to give a couple of examples that people might know. Do you know who Joel Osteen is?
Oh,
He's
totally.
a preacher, a TV preacher. Okay.
Yeah.
Google Joel Osteen stuttering.
Oh.
He never misses a word in his sermon.
Okay.
Go watch him. You can watch thousands of hours. You will never see him stutter.
Okay.
He memorizes his sermon. It's 100% memorized. I have a good friend who's a really good family friend of his who knows him very personally.
Yeah.
He is a rote script guy.
Yes.
He is not comfortable. He's very introverted.
Interesting.
Very introverted. Cannot go off the cuff. So you just watch him speak. He goes straight from memory, and it's literally word for word. He's got an incredible memory to do that.
Yeah.
And so, but the point is, he's not like us. But he's got his own way of delivery that works for him.
Exactly.
You think of like there are some newscasters who can be really boring and low key, but they're very effective.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I think of Wayne Dyer, who I love. If you watch Wayne Dyer, very non-emotive, very practical, very slow paced talking, very monotone all the time. But it's brilliant.
Because it's
right?
him.
It's him, totally.
And I get this from people a lot too, because like I am just naturally a very peppy person.
Yes.
I like kind of talk fast. I talk with my hands, like whatever.
Really?
And I'll get people who say, Margaret, you know, especially, you know, we work with a lot of automotive dealers.
Yes.
There's a lot of older gentlemen that I work with. And they were like, I can't do that. And I was like, that would be weird if you could.
Yeah.
That would be so bizarre
So weird.
if you tried to act like Margaret Henney
Totally.
in your videos. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be who you are.
Yes.
And that is way more effective because people can also smell out that authenticity
Yes.
really, really quickly.
Really quickly, like instantly. And I think what people don't understand the effectiveness here is the video. I'm going back to what you said earlier. We're not in this performance mode. We're not in commercial mode. Nope. All we're doing is communicating in a different modality. That's all we're doing.
Yes.
So if I text something to communicate information, I can just as easily and equally take a video and say the same information. So if I'm a car dealer, that you deal with a lot of car dealers, instead of me texting and saying, hey, Margaret, we have a lead on a 2015 Bronco. Would you like to take a look at it?
Yep.
That's one way to do it. I can also take my phone and make a video and say, hey, Margaret, what's up? I wanted to let you know we came across a 2015. Shoot me a note back and let me know if you want to take a look at it. Hope you're having a good day.
Okay.
Click.
See that? This is so funny. I have to like look this up because it's just like a really quick little thing, but I was like blown away by it earlier today. I know. I'm sorry.
Do you
Okay.
like Jeopardy?
I found it.
Oh, you did good.
So this reminds me of it because I had one of our team members, Mariah, forwarded this to me. She says, hey, I know you're always interested in success stories. I thought I'd share this with you.
Oh, great.
And it was from one of the dealers that she works with, Minnie of Portland.
So this is a customer of coVideo.
This is a customer of coVideo.
Great.
And they sent me a screenshot, and it's a screenshot of the video. So they sent a coVideo where this guy is like, hey, this is the car you inquired about, this and this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He could have written all of that in a text message, but instead he sent it in a video.
Yes.
And he says, hey, here's a 2020 Mini you inquired about. It's really nice. You know, let me know what questions you have. The guy wrote back, I love it. I'll take it. Can you hold it for me?
Oh, jeez. Okie dokie.
Like that was it. Like,
that was it.
Because they were like, hey, how about selling a car over text message with a video? I was like, how
that,
about it?
And I don't know. We don't know for sure. But if you would have texted all that, the guy would have said, I'll come in and see it.
Yes.
And all sorts of shit could happen between then and there, right? Some other Mini could. Is this like Mini Coopers?
Mini Coopers.
Oh, yes. Was it really?
Yeah.
They still have
Mini
those?
Coopers. I know. Yes, they do.
Do they though?
But you could have like.
You could have all. Yes.
They could have said, you know, well, whatever. In this case, you're like, look, we have it here on the lot. You know, you're building rapport. You're communicating so much more effectively. So I always like to tell people when they say, what do I say? I remind them the message isn't changing. The medium is changing.
That's all it is.
Not the
Nothing
message.
else is changing. How you act in your text is how you act on the video.
Same thing.
If you're texting an email or typing an email, I just look at the camera and say what I'm typing.
If you're leaving a voicemail,
that's it.
You don't write out a script for yourself.
Right, I hope not.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
We make this way harder than it needs to be. And I just want everyone to understand too. Now, I don't know the stats here, but it seems to me, if you go like Twitter or X or TikTok, it seems like TikTok is more popular than Twitter or X, especially with the younger generation.
Yes.
Why?
Right.
Because it's fucking video.
Yes.
That's all it is.
I tell people
is video after video after video after video. When you're scrolling Twitter, it's words after words after words. Now, can you put a video in? Yes.
Yeah.
GIFs and all that stuff. But, you know, TikTok is so compelling.
Yeah.
Because it ignites all the senses.
Exactly.
Right? I hear, I see, probably don't smell yet. But, you know,
tone,
that's a thing,
inflection,
all the above.
Body language. And I'll tell you what, when you are, so our last episode, if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it because we talk about midway through the year, the importance of starting to fill your funnel and prospecting.
Yes.
We know how hard it is to earn trust with people right away. How many phone calls and emails that takes. Do you know how much easier that is when someone can see you?
It's night and day.
Right, like send them a video and you can tell them, build that rapport and trust with them almost right away. What are you doing right now, by the way?
I'm taking a video.
Oh, okay.
Wave.
Hi.
So everybody can see us. So we're recording the Sales Unscripted podcast right now and showing everybody how easy it is to do a video. We're still just talking like we normally talk on our podcast, which is actually live.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put this video up on LinkedIn.
Hi, LinkedIn.
Hi, bye. That's what you do. I didn't change. Like that was, I held my phone up and you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, taking a video.
Perfect.
Now I have that video. Now I can do all sorts of things with that. I could burn it, delete it, send it to myself, transcribe it, right?
Exactly.
Put it up on LinkedIn and put it in co-video.
Yeah,
do anything with it. And it was 12 seconds. It's like so
that's another
easy.
thing. I want people to reduce their fear because I'm like, you're not on live national television.
No.
I want you to record them and just move on because I don't want you to overthink it. But if you are like, that was horrible and you want to delete it and start over, you can do that.
Delete it. I mean, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I recorded a podcast, my other podcast with a client. I told him one of the things to remember, because he was his first time. I said, remember, if this sucks, we just won't release it. Like, that's it.
Totally.
It's like that simple.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's just, we make this so complicated. And are you old enough to know the Brady Bunch?
I am.
Kind
yes.
of. But do you know all the episodes? Kind of. Do you remember the one where Bobby Brady was on national television and he froze on this national trivia type show, like, you know, and because this red light came on the camera and he just stared at it. He did all this prep and he's all excited. He's going on national TV and the red light came on and he froze. And that's what I feel.
Yeah.
That is a little nerve wracking. If you got one shot, you know, do not miss your chance.
Right.
See what I'm doing?
I got it. Eminem.
Did you get it? Good. You're good. We should go on Beat Shazam.
Lyrics?
No, Beat Shazam.
Oh, yeah.
You know, my wife and I tried out for that and got to the very end.
I know.
We need to go do that.
You guys, I trust you probably a little bit more than I trust myself.
Oh, you're not good at that? You're doing pretty good.
Well, let's do I'll tell you what I'm really good at is movie lines.
But there's no show.
Well, we should invent one.
I love that Margaret's making up a show so she can be a contestant on it.
That's it.
How'd you get on there? We made the show up and then we hired ourselves as contestants. It's so
unbelievable.
But that would be fun. Beat Shazam would be really fun to go on. But you balance out because that's what Steph did too.
Yeah, well,
she was more
that's
90s
true.
and I was more 80s,
you gotta
70s.
have a little bit of
the little hip hop, little pop, little
okay.
classic rock.
For sure.
Just think about it. Anywho, it's 2:00. I gotta go.
Okay, great guys.
That was awesome. Okay, make videos. Just make videos. Tag Margaret and I in a video. If you're hearing this, just tag us. Say, hey, I just got done listening to this Sales Unscripted podcast. I'm doing one of my first videos.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
You can,
isn't
if
it?
you're nervous about it too, I would love it if you just put it up there and tagged us. But also connect with us and just DM me.
Done and done. Okay, see you next time.
Bye,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye.